Assalamu alaikum everyone. First of all, I will introduce myself. I am Zainab Batul. I am a student of BS English at Himalayas group of colleges. It's my 5th semester now. So today I'll tell you the summary of a novel, A Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man. So first I'll tell you who wrote this novel. The writer of this novel is James Joyce. He is an Irish writer, and he wrote Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man as a semi-autobiographical novel. So first I will tell you the meaning of semi-autobiographical novel. Semi means half, autobiographical novel means that this is the novel is the mixture of two things: autobiography of the writer, like you'll see the life incidents of James Joyce in this novel, as well as the half part is the part of fiction, imagination based work. So in this respect it's a semi-autobiographical novel. And I'll tell you the age, that it was the age of modernism. So James Joyce wrote this novel in 1916. He started working on this novel in 1904 and 1905, but this novel published in 1916. So now I'll tell you the summary. It's an interesting summary, and there's a child, you may say a young child in this summary. His name is Stephen Dedalus. Stephen Dedalus is the protagonist of our novel as well. Stephen Dedalus, when he was, you may say 3 years old, he used to enjoy the short stories of his father. His father's name is Simon Dedalus. Simon Dedalus, you may say, he told some stories, short type of stories to his son Stephen Dedalus. When he was 3 years old, you can say he wasn't belong to a well-off family at that time. Their you may say financial condition was too low, and when he was growing up, he was sent to a boarding school. So in the first I'll tell you that he was pressed under the Catholic religion and another some restrictions of his family. Stephen Dedalus was sent to a boarding school. In the boarding school, at the start, he you may say used to spend some time in loneliness, because there wasn't any person who was the friend of Stephen Dedalus. Because of loneliness, Stephen Dedalus, he you may say he found himself alone, and he was getting ill. So he spent some time in the hospital as well. In the boarding school, they sent to Stephen Dedalus in a hospital. In a hospital, he just recalled the, you may say, loneliness and some type of depression as well. So Stephen Dedalus, when he was in hospital, he heard the news that a political leader whose name is you may say Charles Parnell, he is murdered. He is died now, and after some time he got some winter vacations, and in winter vacation he went back home, and when he went back on the dining table, when they were enjoying their eating, he heard some news of that leader, that he is died now, and some you may say religious sermons, religious retreat on the dining table, and he was confused. So because he belonged to our you may say a true Catholic persons and religion as well. So the main thing is that at that time he was confused. So when he was growing up, with the passage of time, you may say he wasn't too much innocent at that time. So when he was growing up, he moved from innocence to adulthood, and in the whole novel it's the thing of, you may say, a fluctuation from innocence to adulthood. In the Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man, You may say in this novel it expresses kind of intellectuality and religion as well. After some time when he was growing up, so he again you may say some type of sexual desires aroused in him, okay, and at the sudden after this you may say someone suggested him, he attended as a retreat in his school, that and he learned something about sin, suffering and evil, some kind of evils. So someone suggested him that you have to take part in some kind of priestly things, like you have to enjoy the sermons. So he was confused at that time. He used to, you may say, visit some kind of prostitution. So he went in vacations to his uncle Charles, and there he found a friend, and he used to visit a prostitute. So you can say that he was such a type of person that who suffered a lot of things, financial condition and others. So at that time he used to enjoy such kind of sexual desires, and with the help of prostitutes. So prostitutes, after some time when he heard about sin, suffering and that type of temptations and punishment, then he said, oh, I am on the wrong path. So he decided to move back, and some type of sermons helped him. Someone suggested him that you want to be a priest now, you need to give some kind of sermons to other preach. So then Simon Dedalus, you may say, the financial condition was too low, and Stephen, you may say, tried his best to follow all the sermon retreats and preaches as well, but he was confused. He left it, and after this, when he left the, you may say, Catholic religion, he was indulged in lots of sins, not just a prostitute, lots of other evils like gluttony. And Stephen Dedalus, after that, he fell in love with a girl whose name was Emma, and you may say, she was his lover, and he wrote a love poem as well for her. After that, when he was growing up, now he wasn't an innocent person, he was an adult man now, Stephen Dedalus, who is the hero of this novel. So now I'll sum up my summary with this thing, that because of their, you may say, miserable condition of their financial issues, lots of problems, he you may say went back to home, and they moved from that place to another place. So in Dublin, he got admission in a Dublin University, and in Dublin University he was enough mature and intellectual one, and there he found a girl, and with that girl he fell in love as well, and the you may say ending of that novel is a happy ending, and at the last he got married with that girl. That's all from my side. This is the summary of this novel. Thank you so much.